world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Bills, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Dolphins at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They felt they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room. But they do have to start winning some games.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Lance. And to the left side here, Wilson. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
A legacy player in the NFL, Cedric Wilson, 602 yards last season, nearly beat his father's best season when he played in the league. The Miami Dolphins, they're betting that Wilson can surpass not only his dad, but become a big-time player in their revamped passing game. Nice catch there for a first down.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. And Lance now to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping that one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance sliding out of the pocket. And I think the ball's out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Finding room at midfield. Loose inside the 30. Stephon Diggs. Touchdown.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Second down, here's Mostert again. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Come on, set! Check snap! Smith red!
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Hey, no steal! Watch out now, 50 Fury!
And now they'll throw with Lance. That's swung out to Mostert. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Allen. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. In his own end zone, it's Allen. And this one is incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
Now Hill to return it. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Ultra.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lance. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
Now Mostert off the read option. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Ready.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Striker. 3-3. Ultra. Go ultra.
Throwing now is Lance. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, I can spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Now Lance. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bills' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Here we go.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Lance. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make our score 14-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And just inside of a minute left, Charles, they got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To the air, Allen. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Ready up.
A good gain on first. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here's Lance. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Now Lance again. Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Jair Elam makes a pick, and he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. McKenzie will not return this, and it will be brought out to the 25. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. And Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 39, Allen. The left side caught by Diggs. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Room here to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Allen now on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack.
Coming off of a Pro Bowl season 2020, many of us were stunned when Bradley Chubb had 0 sacks in 2021. That did come in only a 7-game season due to injuries. Cause for some concern, but he also had 19.5 sacks in his first 2 years as a full-time starter.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. A tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they?
Throwing is Allen on third. Powers through him. Throw left side complete. That's Hines. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. So on fourth down, out is Tyler Bass in the Buffalo field goal unit. The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Allen. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They run with Hines. 47 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has to get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Allen now on 3rd and goal. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Bradley Chubb able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Okay, right.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back.
He's got a man complete, and they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Well, for Trey Lance, not only was he the youngest quarterback in the 2021 draft class, but many say he had the strongest arm too, and he showed it off here. Flush, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Lance looking to throw it. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And Lance going to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Bills force the turnover They'll take over at their own 27. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Now it's Hines. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down. Allen going to throw. This will be caught at about the 3. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. James Cook with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bills are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Here's Lance to throw it. And now here is another interception. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made 1 point play, could have had our shutout.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 62 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball.